Well, so I haven't made any videos lately. A lot of you have been asking me for some videos. So, with all the stuff that's been going on with the shop and the family, and just haven't had a chance. And so, let me do a little shop update. We've moved some stuff. Some stuff is, you know, left the shop. Stuff has come to the shop. We had a recent, 50s back. Not talking about that right now. I'm still in the middle of diagnosing what's going on with it, but I think the motor's coming back out. More on that later. We're not going to talk about that. So we have went to just south of Peoria, Illinois, and picked up a 41 Ford, and it is covered right now. I'll do a video on that too, because that's going to be an interesting deal. That actually was going to come in for just a wire and just an assembly job, just so that way we can get it done and he could drive it. He doesn't want a pristine truck. He just wants one that he can drive to the grocery store. If he wants to go to a job site, he's self-employed. He's got his own business, and just be a cool little truck for him. We found some bad stuff with that truck, and there'll be some build videos on that one as well, because we're going to actually build a frame for it. This truck came from Wisconsin, so if anybody knows anything about the North, you know that they use salt. And in Tennessee, we don't have salt. We've got gravel and sand. So that truck is getting a new chassis and new suspension. So we also, in the same trip, we also picked up an 89 Mercedes. Now, why I said I'd do this, I don't know. It was at a Euro car shop, and the mechanic said that just sell the car. It's junk. The gentleman's had it painted. He's had some stuff done to it. I don't know if this is his bucket list car or what, but it's here. We're going to do some diagnosis, and we've ordered some parts for it, some ignition parts, because those were just trashed. And why the Euro shop didn't see the distributor cap was so arc fouled, I'm surprised it ran to the trailer. It didn't run into the trailer, it ran to the trailer. So, this is the car. It's not a bad looking car. I mean, it'll be a nice car once it's done. You know, there's some interior issues, but nothing horrible, nothing huge. I'd sport it. I'd drive the heck out of it. Oop, wrong way. I'd drive the heck out of that thing. So, Buster, we have lost a guy that was working with me, or working with us, my son and I, and now it's just back down to him and I. And to say the least, it's calmer in the shop. Not because he caused issues, but we're just calmer. My son and I can turn the radio up and just go to town. This job here was supposed to be for him to do. So now we're going to be put on the back burner. Not back burner. We can only work on it so much a week, because we've got other clients that we got to deal with. And I'll finish up with the cab over. But so this car came in with a Mustang 2 front suspension, and it was sitting way too in the wrong position. So we've raised the cross member, because this gentleman wants this car to lay down. So we've raised the cross member. We've taken off the ill engineered upper mounts. Any of you guys have ever installed any of these things, you know what I'm talking about. They're just crap. These things. These things are the biggest pile of crap I have ever dealt with. Not only is that a horrible design for an upper control arm mount, but it actually takes your upper control arm and speeds it way up on camber gain. Horrible for air ride. Not to mention horrible for having a rack and pinion. Rack and pinion causes so much bump steer in a Mustang 2 that it's uncontrollable on the road. Not ill-controllable, but it's uncontrollable on the road. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to fix the upper control arm. We're going to go from a 7.5 to a 10.25 inch upper control arm. We're going to fab it in house. We've already got the parts here. We're going to bend the tubes. You hear the saw in the background. I'm updating my getting rid of jigs for my control arms, and we're going to a jig table. And that jig table is going to be to where we can bolt our jig fixtures down to the table instead of having a whole bunch of damn jigs laying around on shelves. So that's what we're doing. I'm updating it for a small screw-in ball joint, and we're going to have a slip fit on the ball joint. So that material's here. The parts are here. It's Sunday morning, just right before noon, and I'm going to machine that so we can build some control arms this week. Now, like I said, the steering rack is just in the wrong position. It actually really doesn't need to be here. It needs to be up here. It needs to be way up here to fix a lot of that bump steer. So we're going to actually change some on the spindle. We're going to move it so that way we can fix some of the Ackerman and some of the bump steer. I'm going to try something on this job and see how it works. If not, I've got 3 sets of spindles in stock, so if I cut this set up and it's no good, I've got an extra set. I don't remember the company that my client bought this from. It was like Jimenez Brothers or something like that. But these guys, they have a great setup, a really nice setup, welded nice, laid out nice, but we don't use sleeve bags. And that's where these are supposed to be, sleeve bags. Well, we don't use sleeve bags. Sleeve bags suck. Unless it's a big size truck, we ain't using them. And even if I can get away with a big size truck and have a convoluted bag on a big size truck, well, that's what we're going to use. So if we use an airlift or a slam bag, they're 3-ply. They're some of the best bags you'll ever have on the market. With that, we're going to also move the bag. And the reason why we move the bag is because bag on axle or bag behind axle absolutely rides like crap. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. A small bag behind the axle rides like absolute crap. So, real simple setup. We're moving the bag to the front of the axle on the link bar. That's going to allow us to fix the air ride feel and allow us to we'll be able to use a little bit higher pressure in the bag, but it's going to give you a lot better ride, a ton better ride. I mean, absolute ton better ride. It's just the whole physics things with the levers and air and this and that. And I don't have enough time, nor do I know exactly what it is, but this is actually the setup that we actually do on every single air ride vehicle that we install. We do not put bag on axle, and we do not put bag on rear axle. Now on my 650, that was an international setup. I did that because it was the way it came from the factory. I also am redesigning that whole setup for a second setup, so that way I'm going to try to run a bag in front of the axle. I don't have the design yet. I have been working on a bunch of different ideas, but you guys out there that have been blowing me up on the 650 forums and on the cab over forums. You guys are probably the ones that are making me go nuts right now, because I absolutely want to do this. And I hope that I can bring it to market here soon. We will be actually selling our own parts here come probably the first of the year. 4 links, 2 links, hidden hinges for this cab over, or even any 47 to 54 Chevy truck should be roughly about the same. The 650 parts, air ride parts for the front, for the rear, the 650s and internationals, the 4300s and the 4700s. I think all this will work. So look forward to that. Also t-shirts, stickers, and coming up with hats too. So we're out of t-shirts, but we will be having some shirts soon. This is not it. I'm talking about OG shop shirts. Okay, so enough of the rambling on. We're gonna get these patch panels put in the next week or so, because we gotta fix the rust here and start re-rusting that stuff. So 37's gone. The pipe bender's back out. Tubing bender's out. Shop is somewhat clean. Nathan and I have actually been keeping it quite clean. The sander is getting worked on. I actually got to order a reducing bushing for that. Lathe's running. Nathan's working on his bike. He's finally got the girlfriend's car, fiance, I don't know, wife, something. Her car done. Engine put back in. They've been driving it, what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Yeah. So running great. He did a great job on that. So on to the cab over. We are hitting this truck hard. I mean hard. Probably the hardest we've ever hit this truck from the time that we actually first started it. And the reason being is because this needs to go. I've got something particular to go in this spot that you guys will probably go nuts over. Not my truck guys, but my race car guys. So upcoming project coming. Now, let's see, where have you been? Okay, so we have seamed all this back section and tacked it. The reason why it's not welded yet is because I don't have my handheld planisher yet. And once I do that, should make some quick work of it. But the top needs to be planished as well and been seamed. Door gap has been trued up as much as possible while it's not on the truck frame. This panel's done. Let's see if I can get it for you. So this panel here was starting to be put in. It needs to be cleaned up yet. Nathan will start back on that on Monday, flushing all this stuff out, making it look pretty. And then this piece here is a piece that we started way back in the day, and it goes on here. Now we had to finish this up so that way we could do the roll on the edge for the hood line. So that one is ready to go. That one's ready to go. He started with making the filler piece for here and here, so that way it gets a flat firewall. So last week I had actually been busting hiney on working on the door skin for the third door. Third door has been kind of a pain. I really don't know why, because we did the front doors and it just seems like this one has just been a pain for us. I don't know why. But did the inside door. I put the inner skin in it. Oops, too much. So that way we could have the handle and the power window placement in it. Um, I moved the hinges once again because they weren't opening right for what I like. So I moved them once again. Don't know how many times we've moved them, but we've moved them. I'm taking notes on all this stuff so that way if we ever get into doing this again, we should be a lot quicker. We've made multiple panels for the B pillar. Thick, thin, tall, short, body line, no body line. So last week, we went and started making a door skin. So this door skin, it's got the body line on it. It still needs to have some wheeling done, but this is the best place to set it right now. So that way it doesn't get bent. We've got some shrinking to do through here, but you can see the body line is laying up. Now, remember that this line here actually swoops down a little bit, so that's why you're not seeing it actually sitting there. Plus, not to mention, we got to put a little bit more curve right in here. So, I don't know what those are from. But we also put the reveal in it for the bottom of the window, so that way it looks like this here. And just clicking it up Friday morning, just to get it out of the road. So all this will get finished up when we get the door skin on. The B pillar and stuff will be finished up. Like I said, we've gone all throughout this truck and made every single piece. You can see here, still got to finish all this stuff up, which doesn't take a bit of time. It just takes more time to get them fitted around the door jamb. But that stuff should be really easy. The roof skin will be trimmed and put on. It's just laying up there just because, well, that's the best place for it. If we put it on a table, or we put it on a fender stand or something like that, it'll relax and it'll just not want to fit. So that's just how crazy that stuff is, or how crazy metal is. Can't wait to get the grid out of it so that way we can get done. Again, I'm going to be building a Planish and Hammer, a handheld. And hell, maybe that thing will be up for sale too. I've got a couple of people that are interested in it that can't afford the $2,000-$3,000 ones, and I don't know how much this one will be, but it'll be hopefully cheaper. Well, so that's about it for the shop, other than my son trying to dull another drill bit. Trying to drill through a drill rod right now. We're having an issue. So it's about time for Dad to get in there. Guys, listen, this is a 20-minute video. I hope you like it. I hope you give me some thumbs up. I hope you share it in the comments below. Please let me know what you want to see, what you want to see more of. I am building a plasma table. It's going to go back there. So we're going to build us a 4x8 plasma table. We've been doing a ton of research on it. I'm going to order some material probably this week, and the rest of the parts for it. With that plasma table, I also think we're going to make it a router table, so that way we can put a trim router in that instead of the plasma, and then we can start building bucks. If you don't know what a buck is, stay tuned. Because we built one in the past the hard way, and it kind of sucked. But been watching some stuff, and I've been talking to some people, and I really honestly want to be able to build a buck, because I have a car that I've been speaking about for years that I want to build. It's just, can I cut loose on it? I need to have that spot back there to do it. The car that I want to put in there, everybody's gonna be like, no way, that thing's ugly. Yeah, it's ugly, but it has a dear place in my heart. It's small, it's lightweight, It was a front wheel drive. It's now rear wheel drive, independent rear wheel drive, small block with a roll cage. Some of you guys that watch me or that know me and watch my Facebook have seen me on MySpace. Isn't that what it was called? MySpace years ago? You know the car. Lost that car, I think 15 or 18 years ago. I sold that car because I didn't have any spots for it and I had to raise my kids. I didn't have any time for it. So I had to sell it. I had to do the adult thing. Now, it's back. I was able to acquire it back thanks to some old friends of mine. So, all right. Enough of the rambling. Thanks, guys and gals. If you want to see more of something, let me know. Comment below or send me a message or whatever. If you want to see more 650 stuff, if you want to see more fabrication stuff, if you want to see more wiring stuff, if you want to see more just bloopers, some F-ups, some NFG stuff. If you don't know what NFG is, Google it. I am more than happy to help with you guys along your journeys. But just let me know. Like, subscribe, share. Goodbye.